Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ghost, and this is another edition of our weekly watch list where I go over my best setups coming into this week. Also, this week we have some big tech earnings, Amazon and Apple, and also our favorite FOMC. So let's get right into the setups. First ticker we're going to go over is SPY ETF. Coming into this week, I'll give you guys my favorite upside setup and my downside setup. So looking at this chart, I have this level here marked. It's a daily level 51013. We didn't get that quite yet last week. I was hoping we did get it, so we could have had a better picture coming in this week. So now I'm just going to be waiting patiently this week. If we break above, I'm going to be looking for a close above, a 5-minute close above 51039, where I do feel that we might have small resistances in here, but ultimately price should gravitate towards this 512 level, and that is my favorite setup with SPY. For the upside and downside, if we break back below 506.32, I am trying to ride this back down, where potentially I do see us maybe getting even a bigger break here. I don't think we retest all the way back at the bottom here. We should hold here coming into this week if they do break above, but nonetheless, I'm going to be waiting to see if 506.32 5-minute close below, and I am going to be looking for this downside move. I do feel like we'll have small, just kind of the same thing with above 510. We'll have some small resistance support levels here, but ultimately I do think price will gravitate. Do we get it all in the one day? I'm not sure, but we should have a good, decent move, and RR will be there. So let's get into the next ticker. So the next ticker we're going to be going over is this ES futures. So my setup for SPY, that is my favorite upside setup. I believe that'll be it when we get a break above this 5149.5 level. If I get that confluence, my first price target, so we will have a little bit of resistances with that setup, 5157.75. But I do think we break above that one and we go test this 5168, where that should line up with our 512 or just about. So I'll have those as my two price targets. I will use SPY this week for that main setup and this confluence with ES 5149.5 level. I'm hoping they do not do this setup overnight or pre-market and we just stay flat throughout the night. But if they do break above, I'll look for another setup and I'll try to post that video midweek after FOMC. But for downside setup here, it's much clearer below this 5112.75. I am looking to take that ride down, and I do see us having a big ARB entry here where we can take most of this move. Do see it coming all the way back down to retest this area 5082 to 5076. So those are my two setups with ES, with confluence with the SPY breakout, and also with the downside move. SPY, I believe, will be a little bit lower, somewhere in this middle area, but ES could give us an earlier entry for the downside, and I'll be paying attention to that. Let's get into the next two tickers. So the next ticker we're going to go over is this QQQ. NASDAQ is ETF. So we're going to be saying our favorite setups for the upside and downside confluence. I never take these entries. I never trade QQQ or NQ, but I do use it as confluence. My favorite upside confluence coming into this week will be a break above this 433.65 level. If I see QQQ holding above this level, I'll feel much more confident taking entries on ES and SPY for upside setups. And that's what I'll probably be just focusing on with QQQ for the upside. The downside setup, it's pretty big, pretty wide, but below 426.67, I'll have that extra confluence where I do believe we'll get a stronger move down with ES and SPY, and I'll be looking to add or playing more breaks of supports with ES and SPY. So that's it for QQQ. Let's get into NQ. So looking at NQ, my favorite upside confluence will be this break above 17996.75. We can do that whole psych number 18,000, but holding above this area, I am feeling much more confident with upside setups when I do take entries off of SPY and ES, break above their resistance levels. And then for the downside setup below the 17780.75, well, I'll have that confluence. We are looking weak in the market, and NQ will give me that confidence to take the downside setups with entries from SPY and ES. So that's what I'm looking forward to coming into this week. Of course, we do have big earnings after hours for Apple and Amazon that I'll be paying attention to that could maybe make my levels invalidated. So I will have a midweek updated video, also some updated charts for you guys. If you guys haven't checked it out, I do post my levels coming into the week on X, so you can go over and check that out. I do have all these levels posted there. And I hope you guys did enjoy this weekly watch list prep and make a lot of money coming this week. Appreciate you guys. Peace.